see, this is the last week of the month. I think we have, next Monday will be Halloween or, Halloween is on the 31st, right? 31st.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
So-
next Monday.
Yeah, next Monday. So, we have this last week, man, it's going to be really important going into November. And so I'm gonna give guys a chance to get in before we get started. On this call here, I'm going to go over kind of what's been happening in the market, where I think the market is going to go, how to trade the rest of the week. We should have, a easier week to trade. There's not been a lot of activity as far as volume. There's a lot of shorts and there's a lot of longs, like kind of just stand still. The good thing is that if you're watching, the traditional markets, this last week we've, we've had the biggest move since June, right? I mean, it's not to say it's light. It's been down, it got under 3,600 as far as the S&P, but we've had the biggest kind of last couple of days and sustained growth. So that means that funds are, is coming back, at least in the traditional markets. We still seeing the whipsaw in the market. You had China and BABA, pretty much just drop out the bottom this morning. And we see the ES continue to run. So as guys come in, another thing that we've been working on, guys have been working on the Mastermind report for November. We want everybody to be prepared. Kind of gonna give you guys a preview of the calendar that we have and kind of touch on it a little bit. It is definitely you want to be trading. That's kind of the consensus, and we're gonna go over some of the trends and also while we're on this call, if people, is getting stuck somewhere. I had someone reach out to me saying that they've been trading. They were trading like Forex and things. It's like, if you're not trading the traditional markets or you're not trading the crypto, I understand the Forex and NFTs, but if you're not having success, you want to move to a asset that you're getting a little bit more results. So just to look at over to October, since we still got guys coming in real quick. I'm getting started right away. I want to be able to take questions. I want to be able to share inside the mastermind. There's a lot of things that has been happening in NFT space that I haven't been tracking as closely, but I know like things like Reddit and Polygon, they're making some moves, and so I want to give everybody an opportunity to kind of share on this mastermind, and then taking a look at the last week in October. Right, it's. Historically, it's been the last time to buy, things that are depressed, and that's kind of like the trend. The market moves in cycles, whether it's the, traditional markets, whether it's crypto. You're not the only one that's journaling. So when we start seeing that, October is the time to buy depressed stocks, of course, you can get in early and whipsaw, but the sentiment of traders that's been around for a while, they start taking the liberty to start buying into certain, assets, whether it's crypto, whether it's stock market, and they start trying to get the lows. So just last week, the S&P was at its low. Bitcoin last week was lower. And we're still seeing lows on a lot of the assets, but you also start seeing volume come back. I can just do like, an example, something that's down like Axie. I don't believe in Axie no more. I think it's pretty much done. But when you'll see a increase, like all of a sudden after it hits a low, I started looking for lows in the market, right? And this right here, this volume bar, after if you look back, days, it hasn't had any volume. And so anytime you see, for last week, right, it's pretty much just been trending down, a solid trend. And when you see something like Axie, which, it should be going to zero, all of a sudden get a increase, that is the depressed thing that we're talking about. Like, start looking for bottoms on things. Now, if I got an actually, would I get into it and hold it? I probably would only hold it above 8, and really, the fundamentals don't look good, but I just wanted to give an example of something I was watching. Same thing with like AMD, in the stock market. If you look at the week chart, that's one of the things that, we've been looking at. Look at the week chart. It's come down here to 54 and 55 and 56. So, that kind of just gives me, a little perspective that it's starting to consolidate, right? It's starting to consolidate down here. And that gives you the opportunity or accumulation gives you the opportunity when it does mark up. So certain things that I've been looking at, the depressed that are good, that comes into seasonality. Something like Micron, I bought some options on today. Just, if you look at this looks like accumulation, right? Just on the day. When you start seeing the volume bars, the above average green, and it starts, start making slowly higher highs, right? And then one day you get something that just, comes in with a ton of volume. So, I've been calling out like Aave, it hit this point and is actually starting to trend back up as well. So if you look at this week chart, you start seeing it creep up. Same thing with Binance, BNB. So the things I'm calling out during this, week and next week are things that I believe we can hold on for a while, right? Hold on to, BNB or Aave. And, you start seeing, when I started looking at comp, I seen volume and all of a sudden it dropped down, right? And it dropped at low. And I started seeing that, if it stays above a certain area, this is the area that they want to accumulate, right? Around 45, 47 area. And that's, that is what I look at as far as when I start seeing another dark green candle come in on a day or the week, then it tells me that, the next time it may be ready to move based on seasonality. Not right now, but the next time it has a solid green candle in the next week or two. All right. So, the Mastermind report is being worked on. So we've already started looking at November. And just to give you an idea, you see this first week in November, expectations of it being, bullish, right? Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but, historically, the first week in November has been bullish. So I'm definitely trading. One of the things that I mentioned, right? And I put it inside the newsletter. Make sure you guys have this newsletter.